Welcome back. I'm Olivia's Romantic Co.
I'm Jake Rogers. I own Bratton House Antiques here in Branson, Missouri. I'm here to help you take your antiques and vintage finds to turn them into your romantic interior design.
Fabulous. We are so thankful and blessed to have Jake here. And thank you all so much for the love that you showed Jake on the last video. If you guys missed that, go check it out. In today's video, we're going to be sharing with you guys episode 2 of my huge I Love Fall series. And Jake and I are going to be co-creating blooming candlesticks. Grab the candlesticks from the thrift store, any candlestick you guys have on hand, some beautiful florals, and we're going to share with you guys how you can create this magic on your own. Without further ado, let's go ahead and plug in your glue guns. Get out your glitter and paint, and let's get to crafting. Okay, you guys, we are back and we're going to create a blooming candlestick. You can create these for any season, and they're a great replacement for
larger centerpieces. If we're going to later show you another option as far as an antique option on our table, but this would be a replacement for that if you don't have a big candelabra.
Okay, so these are just wooden candlesticks. I found them at the thrift store, and what we're going to do is we're going to hot glue a plate. These are just a plastic plate. They're left over from Thanksgiving last year. We're going to hot glue it upside down, and that is going to create the base for this fall blooming candlestick because we want to add a pumpkin. We're going to carve out the top of a pumpkin, put a candle in it, but we do want to do like a blooming floral coming out of that.
And now we're going to take these leaves and we're going to glue them to our plate. And what we're going to do, we want to add probably always odd numbers are good. So I would say either do 3 or 5. And do them at different lengths and different widths. So whenever I'm looking at the leaves that I have, you'll see this one's much wider and this one's much skinnier. So I would take probably, I'm gonna do 5 on mine. And so I would do a couple large ones and probably 3 small ones.
Fantastic. All right, you ready for this?
I am ready.
Okay.
We're going to clip off the big ends of the leaf. And that way we have a great flat surface for it to glue onto our plate. And what I'm gonna try to do is I'm gonna glue all of my floral on the rim. And notice we are doing this upside down. So what part would normally face you whenever you're eating is the part that goes down onto the candles. One of the cool things too, if you guys will notice, like this leaf curls back underneath the plate, which makes it feel much more natural as far as the way our arrangement is gonna look. Since I'm doing 5 leaves, I'm gonna equally try to space those onto this plate.
So Jake is really modest, but he is actually a master designer. He designed high-end $1 million homes down in Florida. The interiors had so many tips and tricks, and also owns an antique store locally called Bratton House. And so I'm hoping to have the opportunity to pop over to Bratton House, and he's going to be decorating the antique store for fall.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yep.
And if you guys would love to see us, if you're enjoying this content, we're going to be going over there, and he's going to be doing an amazing archway for the front of the antique shop.
Yep.
And he has so many tips and tricks that I have never seen or used. So it's just a huge blessing to have him on and to have him creating for us, to be sharing all of these ideas from a professional designer perspective. I love to give you guys my tips and tricks, but that can only really go so far. So to have a professional designer, I'm like fangirling over here.
Well, thanks. It's just one of those things, if you can dream it, you can do it. So
That's right, I love that.
you can always accomplish anything if you just put the effort into it. So one of the tricks too, so like I added 3 leaves right all together on one side. And then on this other side, I'm just gonna put 2. And that way it kind of balances my arrangement. And that way we're going to add some leaves and some other things into this, and it leaves enough space that it feels a little bit more natural.
Okay, so now he has me adding a lovely little piece of grass to kind of the center part of the sprayed fern. And look at the dimension and texture that that gives us. And Dollar Tree sells this almost identical grass for fall. So you guys definitely check your Dollar Tree for some inexpensive florals if you don't already have a lot of kind of florals to pull from that you know you have at home. But I guarantee you guys have something that you can spray in this copper, and these are just fake ferns. So we're gonna add some more grass to this other side.
Balance it out.
To balance it out.
And when we're doing this, guys, these plastic grass, what I'm doing is I'm taking it, and if you can see here, I'm actually flattening it out. A lot of times whenever it comes going all different directions so that it's more spiky whenever, and it flows differently. But I'm actually taking this so that my glue is easier to glue, and I'm making it all straight to where all these are facing the same direction. And then I'm placing this glue onto the flat part of the plate, and that way it kind of curls back underneath and tucks nicely underneath this plate and our arrangement, so that it hangs in a way that creates a really cool look.
We have laid our base down. Now
We're going to add all of these different colored leaves to the edge of our plate. You found these at...
Okay, so these we just clipped off of a branch that we already had, but I have shared with you guys that Dollar Tree has already clipped leaves. They're coming like a 20 pack, I think, for $1.25. So go to Dollar Tree, grab some, or if you guys have leaves at home from a garland, grab you some leaves. We're doing this for fall, so we really want to make it look extra and pretty, and we also want to cover up the plastic plate. We don't want to see that. So
Correct.
now we're going to start just adding in leaves, and we're going to go, we want to maybe create different colors. So, you know,
Take an orange one, take a yellow one, take, you know, some of the variated colored ones, and just add them in. I put a big gob of glue right there, and I'm just gonna hold these two leaves right in that glue pile. One of the other things, guys, that you're gonna want to do, you have the entire bottom part of this, of your plate. So don't hesitate for dimension to glue some of the pieces to the bottom side as well.
I'm going to share with you guys a super easy bow hack. I'm not super great at bows, so I'm going to share this with you guys. If you're not great at bows either, this is a wonderful little hack. You're going to take your ribbon, and we just got some pretty ribbon from Hobby Lobby, and we're going to take and we're going to measure our ribbon from our wrist to our elbow, and then we're just going to take the ribbon and loop it over on itself. This is going to make about a 12-inch bow, and you want to loop it over on itself about 6 times. So that's 2, and that's going to give you a pretty good size ribbon. 3, 5, and okay. So once you have your 6 loops, you're just going to take this and cut this off. There you go. You want to find the center of your ribbon and just take it. And we're gonna bunch it up together here. And we're gonna use a zip tie to tie this off because it's gonna hold it on there really strong. Okay, so once you found the center of your little ribbon here, we're gonna take and zip tie this. And then to cover up that ugly zip tie, we don't wanna see that. We're gonna take another piece of ribbon.
Ta-da!
And we're just gonna cut this. We're gonna cut some tails for us. You want to take and dovetail the ends of your ribbon because you don't want an icky end. So you're just going to cut a little triangle, and that's going to give you a pretty little end. You can also slice it to the side. That's gonna make your ribbon look a little bit more designer and boutique gorgeous on a budget. You're then gonna take this and you can make your tails be even. I think for this one, I wanna make them kind of look like a cascade. So I'm just gonna make them a little bit uneven. And I'm gonna tie it around the center part of the ribbon. The next thing we want to do is fluffy out our bow. This is what's going to make your bow look really beautiful. So you're just going to pull it and kind of twist it, and then you're going to have that fabulous bow. So Jake went ahead and on his candlestick, he added a piece of deco mesh, and that is going to give us some fullness and some texture and interest. So I'm just going to add that really fast. This is super easy. You take your deco mesh, it can be deco mesh from Dollar Tree, Hobby Lobby, wherever you want to grab your deco mesh from, and you're just going to create a long piece. And deco mesh naturally kind of has a curl to it, so then we're just going to tie it around the base. Once we have that done, then we can add in our fancy bow, and this is what we're going to be playing with.
String right in behind this, so that whenever I tie that,
Yes.
my string goes.
To finish off your tails, you can leave them long. You can curl them with your fingers, and you can also take and do just a little bit of like a ruche if you like, just kind of whatever suits your fancy. So I ended up going back in like Jake did, and he allowed his bow to kind of drop down, and I'm going to do that because the florals were kind of weighing it down, and I still want it to show, and then I can tighten it as I see fit. So now we're just going to hot glue the plate on, and I'm going to use a generous amount here because the hot glue can scrape off. I've repurposed these candles many times, and I can just get it to scrape off. If you want to have these be very permanent, I suggest using also some E6000 glue with your hot glue. You just want to use them in kind of different spots. So we are opting to take it that next step and add the candle inside. So I think that we want to do that before we put the before we glue the pumpkin down. Okay, so we want to still be able to get to our candle and change out the batteries and whatnot. We've carved a hole in our pumpkin. The perfect size hole. I did outline it as well with my little marker. Took a steak knife and just gently carved it out. And then my little candle, and these are flickering flameless candles. I have them linked in my Amazon store. They're amazing because you guys can use them, pets, kids, and they're not going to burn your house down. And the batteries are pretty good, and when you guys get them, they come on a remote timer. So kind of cool. Go check those out. They'll be in my Amazon store, and that will be linked in the description box below for you guys.
So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm simply just going to take some hot glue, put down my ribbon, and as I'm taking my ribbon, I'm just going to bunch it so that the outside edge, so that adds some ruffles in there.
And bam, look at that. We have a fancy pumpkin, and you guys could actually just do these just as is, and you can put these around your fireplaces. You could even add florals into these.
The next thing that I'm going to do, just to finish it off, I'm going to take 2 leaves that we got, just the leaves themselves. I'm going to layer them. I like 2 different colors, and so I'm going to use 4 leaves in total. I'm going to do 1 on both sides of the pumpkin, like that.
So here is how our beautiful blooming candlesticks turned out. I think they look so fabulous, so high end, and we really did these on a pretty small budget using items that we found at the thrift store, some little Walmart pumpkins, these little candles from Amazon, and just really craft goodies that I have left over in my studio from last season of fall decorating. I hope you all are inspired as well to create something beautiful there. Make an amazing centerpiece if you don't have a vase and a floral arrangement, but they also look beautiful on either side of my mantle where I have currently placed them. Thank you guys so much for being here, and don't forget to comment down below and let me know what you guys think about these and how you're going to be decorating for fall. So here is how these beautiful candlesticks look on either side of my mantle, and there's Benji Bear. The funniest thing happened. So I was putting a screensaver on my TV and it has these deer on here, and he just went crazy barking at them. So Benji Bear happens to be a puppy dog that loves to watch TV. So there he is, and if I had left the screensaver up with those deer on there, he probably would have barked until he couldn't bark anymore. He's so funny about that. Let me know if you guys have puppy dogs or kitty cats that watch TV or bark at the TV, obviously, or meow at the TV, I guess. Anyway, Benji Bear says hi and a big woof woof, and he loves you guys. He loves all of his puppy dog and Benji Bear kitty cat fans out there. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. I thought it was so hilarious and so funny. He's such a goofy dog. Thank you so much for joining me on another fun and fabulous crafting and decorating adventure.
Thank you for all the kind words that you've given to me. This has been my first time on doing something like this, and your kind comments mean the world to me.
Yeah, remember, be kind to yourselves and be kind to one another. We're so thankful and blessed to have Jake from Bratton Antiques here. We're going to be going on location to his shop as well, doing more fall crafting and decorating in this I Love Fall series. You guys don't want to miss his next video, our video together. And yeah, your kind comments truly mean the world. I'm so proud of this little community here. For so long, it's just been me, you guys, and this camera, and to have somebody that is uber talented around. I am just so thankful and blessed. So remember, be kind to yourselves, be kind to one another, and if you can dream it, you can do it. We'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.
Okay, let's do it again.
Welcome back. I'm Olivia, Olivia's Romantic Home.
I'm Jake Rogers. I own Bratton Antiques here in Branson, Missouri. We got so wrong.
We need a director.
Yeah, we need someone pointing to our words. Where's our line?